Are you guilty of chasing other people's timelines? When you wake up each morning, is the first thing you reach for your phone? I'm Drew Stevens, founder of Beyond the Legacy, and this is my Monday Reflection, the Perception versus Reality of Success, Part 1. I've been wanting to reflect on the topic of perception versus reality in the context of success for quite some time. We are conditioned to adopt certain perceptions of success, financial wealth, tradition, and happiness by the voices and influencers around us. How often have we chased other people's timelines because on paper, that seemed like the right thing to do? At some point in time, whether it's in our professional careers or our personal relationships, we took comfort in the surety of these perceptions and allowed that comfort to control us. Again and again, we find that people get lost in the perception versus reality of how we define our own personal success. The blessing and curse of social media. Social media is both a blessing and a curse. It allows us to stay connected with friends and family, provides us with our own unique platform as individuals or as a brand, and conveniently keeps us just a comment or message away from public figures and people from all over the world. On the other hand, it can distract us from our goals, create insecurities and jealousy, negatively impact our mental health, and lead to attacks and bullying. We very often hear people say, "I need a break from social media," or "I wish I could delete all my profiles, but I would miss that handful of friends that I enjoy connecting with." While positive content can help to inspire and encourage, it can also create the reverse effect. There are people that love inspirational content, but also have moments of insecurity when comparing their lives to others. The hidden reality is that you never really know if that person with 1 million followers, or that friend that's posting cute photos with their partner or family, is truly happy. That's where our expectations of ourselves and others can become distorted. Because truthfully, we will never know what happens behind closed doors with people that we deem successful or admire. Before we judge and assume, always keep an open mind, and remember, looks can be deceiving. The subconscious social wall we rarely see. Social media rarely reveals that middle layer where reality lives. We don't often see a wall post that reads, "Why are my clients hesitant to sign off on this latest contract?" Or, "How am I supposed to get my work done with my kids home all day?" Or, "Am I letting my family down?" Or lastly, "Am I going to be okay financially a month from now?" Social media is more like a bulletin board of what's good and less about the struggle or the moments of self-doubt. We might have a generally positive week, but that week is also peppered with moments of fear, frustration, and other difficult emotions in our headspace. I'm not suggesting we create a social media wall of venting or complaining. What I am saying is, it's okay to have those moments of doubt or frustration. We are human and we have our share of responsibilities and expectations. More often than not, we have someone we are accountable to, whether it's ourselves, our parents, our partner, our children, or even our pets. It's okay to not have all the solutions to your problems all the time. The good vibes only influencer with stunning vacation pics doesn't either. Communication is a must. One might ask, how do we counter the bad and the ugly moments with some good? I feel that people need to be willing to open up and communicate safely with their trusted circle. If we can organically talk through the adversity, fears, and challenges we encounter in our daily lives, it will at least reduce the stress and anxiety of it weighing on us. Once you openly share these moments, you'll come to realize that you're not alone. Collectively, we are guilty of not doing enough real communicating. We allow a text message, a like, or a comment on social to be our form of keeping in touch. I challenge anyone listening to this reflection to pick up the phone and call someone that you're thinking about. This could be a family member, a friend, or a professional contact. I can almost guarantee you'll walk away rejuvenated and potentially inspired from the conversation. I can speak from experience. Never underestimate the good that could come from sharing your dreams and aspirations with others. Life has a strange way of opening doors when you make others aware of your intent and desired path and manifest it to the world. Be your authentic self. Nothing curses the trajectory of a sports figure like when the expert or writer says, "This athlete will be the next ... When someone is compared to an existing legend or deemed the next big thing or the chosen one, it's a hard standard to live up to. It's refreshing when an athlete controls their own narrative and reminds the media, "I'm not the next ... I'm the first ... and they insert their name. Looking back at our teenage years, in our early 20s, a lot of the life choices we made are based on shoulds, ingrained into our minds by guidance counselors, teachers, friends, our parents, and influencers around us. In my world, it was not the accepted norm to pursue what we love career-wise, but to do what the near future job market is demanding. Similar to the anointed athlete, we are often steered towards a predetermined future because it's considered acceptable by society or our families. Don't get me wrong, I believe in stability, but some of the best success stories come from the individuals betting on themselves, even when the people that cared about them the most doubted their dreams and aspirations. If I could go back in time with the knowledge I have today, I would advise my younger self to be more proactively self-aware of 3 key things. This same advice is something I would give to someone else starting out to help them discover and achieve their true vision of success. Okay, so I'm leaving everybody on a little bit of a cliffhanger, and you're gonna have to just check back next Monday to see the 3 things. What are those 3 things that Drew would tell his younger self? The 3 key things that I'll share in part 2 next week. I also want to challenge the Beyond the Legacy community to introduce Beyond the Legacy and this content to your friends and family. I just feel like the content that I'm sharing has been well received, and I appreciate all the private comments and public comments, and I feel like there's always a handful of people. And I always say Beyond the Legacy is not for everybody, but there's a handful of people that would benefit and would resonate with this content. So if you have certain people in mind that are part of your inner circle that should follow Beyond the Legacy, or would benefit from following Beyond the Legacy, please send them to the Instagram page, the YouTube channel, or the Facebook, whatever platform they're actively using. Because if anything, Beyond the Legacy and the content that lives on Beyond the Legacy revolves around the people that consume it. And I'm a firm believer that I'm not worried if I have 1,000 followers or 1 million followers. I'm just focused on having the right people that resonate with my content be able to digest and view the content. That's what means the most to me, because I've received countless private messages. I've had personal conversations with people that told me that some of the things that they read, some of the reflections that they heard, or some of the interviews that I've conducted really hit home to them. and for their own personal reasons. And to me, I feel like if something like that is happening, why not be the purpose for someone else in your circle to receive that energy and that positivity? So if you can think of someone that's in your inner circle, your friends, your followers that would benefit from Beyond the Legacy, definitely send them my way. I appreciate it. I'm grateful for you. If this reflection resonated with you, feel free to like, comment, and share on social. Never underestimate the power of sharing positive content across your community. You could be responsible for passing this reflection along to the right person at the right time when they need it the most. Be sure to follow us at BT Legacy 365 on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All of my written content, reflections, and short stories can be found at beyondthelegacy.com.